I have a few words about a couple of recent theater openings. With Biloxi Blues, Neil Simon has written his finest play to date. It's a work destined to be both respected and commercially successful. Biloxi Blues is the sequel to Simon's Brighton Beach Memoirs, his semi-autobiographical play, and this one, like Brighton Beach, follows Simon's alter ego, the young writer Eugene, from his Brooklyn adolescence to his young adulthood in a Mississippi boot camp. Like Brighton Beach, this memory play owes as much to Tennessee Williams and the Glass Menagerie as it does to Simon's trademark humor. Biloxi goes farther than any previous Simon work in achieving integrated laughs, and it also has a darker side that gives Biloxi its substance earlier Simon plays lack. You can't have a successful comedy, however, without a very strong production, and under Gene Sachs's masterful direction, this precision company can turn the smallest of bits into the biggest, most effortless of laughs. Matthew Broderick reprises the role of Eugene here, and this time he's far less mannered than he was in Brighton Beach. In fact, he has grown into quite a mature, assured comedian. The gifted Barry Miller and Bill Sadler offer impressive counterpoint to Eugene's cheery innocence. Simon may have bombed with the horrible movie The Slugger's Wife, but with Biloxi Blues he has created a warm, funny, and thoughtful comedy that manages somehow not to wear its messages on its shirt sleeve. Now, because Stephen Schwartz's glorious score for The Baker's Wife was recorded after the show folded in 1976, many people have wondered what the show was actually like. Well, The Baker's Wife is finally receiving its New York premiere from the York Theater Company, so we can at last see what we've only speculated about over the last several years. Although the charming, delicate story about a middle-aged baker and his young, fickle wife is not at all problematic, the property, as it stands now, is a total failure. With the exception of a couple of replacement songs, which do not improve on the originals, the romantic, lush score is the best Schwartz has ever written. However, in this version, all conflict is removed, and the characters are all now candidates for sainthood. Genevieve's ambivalence and manipulative qualities are gone, and Dominique is no longer in love for the 23rd time. He's now only an innocent victim of fate. With everyone softened, the story now has nowhere to go. To make matters worse, Schwartz cast Jack Weston as the baker. Weston could easily bring musical comedy to its knees. His characterization is as wretched as his singing, and therefore any possible sympathy immediately evaporates. It's strange that the authors of The Baker's Wife would choose to remove all passion and emotion from a story all about love, sex, and lust. And finally, the less said about the Mirror Theater Company's production of Vivat Regina, the better. I could only make it through one act of this atrocious mounting of Robert Bolt's historical drama before I wanted to storm the stage and kill the damn queen myself. Although some of the many supporting performances are quite respectable, Geraldine Page plays Elizabeth I like a modern-day bag lady in period drag, and Sabra Jones plays Mary Queen of Scots with this idiotic blank look on her face, like she's not quite sure where she is. Also, one should never attempt a period drama if one can't afford the costumes of the period. The men wear patch pocket shirts probably purchased off the rack at the Gap, and the poor queens never got a chance to change their clothes during Act 1, even though Act 1 covers 6 years. It's a frightening thought. Now, next week, Enemy of the People at the Roundabout Theater Company, but